What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a faun, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
A year after the success of Spyro the Dragon back in 1998, Insomniac released Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, also known as Gateway to Glimmer in Europe. Don't know why it's called that, to be honest, considering that the only time you went to Glimmer was in the very first level and never again. Whatever, let's start talking about the story. The story takes place in the world of Avalar, where we're introduced to these three dickheads, Laura, the Professor, and Hunter. Calm down, you fucking weebs. So the three accidentally warped three Riptocs named Crush, Gulp, and Ripto, who's the game's main antagonist. Ripto planned on taking over all of Avalar and renaming it Riptonia. So the professor teleported Spyro into Avalar to help everyone stop Ripto from taking over. Right off the bat, the story is way better this time around. It actually feels like there's a story happening instead of just random bullshit. The story is also way more interesting this time around. They also fixed the tone of the game, giving it more of a Saturday morning cartoon feel rather than the diaper shitting tone of the first game. Also, I need to say this right now, Spyro got a new voice. Great! So much better than the "My dad works at Microsoft, say goodbye to your fucking account" as voice in the first game. They also fixed his character more. He's not a bratty bitch like he was before. Great! I really like the new characters here. They feel like actual characters and they all have a purpose. They don't feel like background fodder. Also, Ripto? Easily the best Spyro villain, no doubt. Yes, he's a typical I want world domination type villain, but his personality and voice really makes up for it. He's an extremely enjoyable villain, and seeing him and Spyro go back and forth is a real treat. But why stop there? Let's say fuck it and improve upon literally everything else. That's the best thing about Spyro 2. Everything's improved. It even comes down to the controls. Spyro feels so much tighter and sharper this time around. He also has a hover ability, replacing whatever the hell this was supposed to do in the first game. Levels are also a lot better this time around. Before and after you complete a level, there's a cutscene explaining the situation in the world before and after Spyro solves everything. This gives the level more depth, and it also makes the story and world building feel more alive. For example, Breeze Harbor and Zephyr are at war with each other. This makes every level matter even after completing them, which is great. Also, the level design in this game is just phenomenal. With more hallways and elevators, it gives each level more body, which is an improvement over the more open design in the first game. I'm not saying the more open design was bad. In fact, it's actually good, but the overall structure gives levels more variety in the second game. That, and the variety of enemies are much more diverse this time around. They're not all the same enemy throughout. They're all different from each other. As you progress through the game, you unlock new abilities such as swimming, climbing, and head bashing. Considering that you unlock them later on, you can't 100% every single level on your first go. In other words, backtracking. Normally I would be against this because, you know, fuck backtracking, but in Spyro 2, I actually fuck with it. Going back to earlier levels with your new abilities are still really fun and rewarding. You get these new abilities from Moneybags, a fat ass bear that can talk.
Ah, a black man! Ah, you see? It don't feel so good, does it?
You can also unlock levels and shit within levels from Moneybags. You unlock all this stuff for, and I quote, a small fee. This says a lot about society. Because of this, gem collecting is more essential than ever. You need gems in order to progress through the game. Spyro 2 has a gem finder, where instead of searching every inch of the level for a dumbass gem, you press all the shoulder buttons and the gem finder will guide you to the next gem that you're missing. More games need this feature. Because of this, you can't get gems from enemies. Instead, you get their fucking soul. I didn't know Spyro 2 was a Souls game. With the souls you collect, you can unlock power-up gates in some levels. Power-up gates give you a power-up for a limited amount of time. These power-ups include being immune to lava, having a stronger flame attack, being able to fly around, and hold up, I gotta get my Spyro 1 voice ready, hold up. Supercharge! The main objective in this game is to collect orbs. There are 64 of them to collect, and you get them by completing various objectives in each level, whether it's by doing challenges or even just completing the level. In the beginning of the game, you collect talismans. Why do you get them to get in the game? Why are they there? I don't fucking know, and I don't think the game knows either. Flight levels are back, known as speedways. and they're better than the flight levels in Spyro 1. Speedways have hidden orb challenges that require you to find a character or a thing hidden in the level. This is great considering that each speedway level has more things to do rather than just completing the levels.
Thank you for releasing me.
Get out of my head! Get out of my fucking head! Calm down. Just calm down. You got a video to record. Let's just keep going. The bosses in this game are phenomenal compared to the bosses in Spyro 1. By themselves, they're still pretty damn good. There are only 3 bosses this time around: Crush, Gulp, and Ripto. The bosses feel like actual bosses this time around, rather than dumbass repetitive level segments. The game's final boss is amazing. Ripto has multiple phases that require you to use all your power-ups and abilities you learned throughout the game. Then he dies in fucking lava. The music in this game might be better than the first game, and that's saying something because the first game's music is incredible. There's more variety within songs, they fit the levels more, and there's even some atmospheric songs in the hub worlds, which are my favorite songs in the game. So Spyro 2 sounds amazing, right? Hell yeah. But there's one thing, the biggest problem with this game. Does it ruin the game? Not really, but it's still a flaw regardless. The problem is that this game didn't really fix the difficulty that the first game lacked. It's still pretty damn easy. But unlike Spyro 1, Spyro 2 actually tries to spike up the difficulty a little bit with these orb challenges. Sometimes it's a fun challenge, but a lot of the times it's challenging for all the wrong reasons. Like the trolley one was challenging, but it was still fun. But then you got challenges like the hockey one, the alchemist one, the fish one, and probably the most annoying one in my opinion, escorting these fat elephant fucks to the herd. I swear these fat fucks are rebellious, dickheads. When going for 100%, you unlock a new level, Dragon Shores, the place that Spyro and Sparks were trying to go to in the beginning of the game for a vacation. It's not some level like Nasty's loot, but it's still pretty good with some challenges, some rides, and a tunnel of love which I'm convinced an anime fan came up with, considering it supports incest, bestiality, and pedophilia. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna hurry up and wrap up this video before all the weirdos with an Anya, Chica, or 02 profile pic try to hunt me down. Spyro 2 is an amazing game that improves upon everything from the original, such as the story, the characters, the gameplay, the music. Everything in this game is great. I wish the game had more of a fair challenge, but the bullshit didn't stop me from enjoying this game. This is easily one of the best platformers on the PS1, and I highly recommend it. Now as I tell you guys the next game, I'm going to drink some Parallel Juice. Why is it called Parallel Juice? I don't know. Show the preview. Hell yeah, Parallel